And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll announce today's first batter. Leading things off for USC Aiken center fielder number 4, Jose Bonilla. And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in Americus, Georgia, Game 1 of our weekend Peach Belt Conference Baseball Series, featuring the visiting Pacers from the University of South Carolina, Aiken, taking on your GSW Hurricanes. Aiken comes in with an overall record of 15-7 this season. They're 6-3 in Peach Belt Conference play. Georgia Southwestern 3-16 overall. And the Hurricanes looking for their first win in the conference at 0-12. 1-1 pitch, a line drive opposite field into left field. And a leadoff single for the Pacers as Jose Bonilla gets a piece of that one off of Kyle Britt. Batting second baseman number 9, Joe Smithers. Hurricanes starting pitcher today has been kind of one of the bright spots for the Hurricanes this season. As far as you look up and down the roster, Kyle Britt, today's Game 1 starter. Britt's making his 4th start. He's appeared in 8 ball games on the hill for Georgia Southwestern. First pitch chopped to the left side. That'll be Shea on to second for the lead runner, and that's all they'll be able to get, but they do get one out. One away for the Pacers here. First pitch in there for a strike. Batting third is the catcher number 30, Connor Durden. Connor Durden steps in. We appreciate you tuning in here on the Surge Sports Network. It's kind of an overcast evening in Americus. The clouds have started to roll in. That pitch misses the mark, 1-1 to Durden. Number 3 hitter in the lineup, the catcher, as you heard me just announce, for the Pacers. One from Britt. That one in the dirt, left alone for a ball. 2-1 the count now. These teams scheduled to play one game each day over the course of the weekend. So tomorrow, if all holds up and the weather cooperates, a 2 o'clock start for Game 2 of this Peach Belt Conference Series. 2-1 offering to Durden. High for a ball, 3-1. USC Aiken as a team comes in batting .278. That quite a bit higher than the Hurricanes' .223 when you look at the two teams, .278 to .223. The comparison of the two team batting averages coming into this one. And we'll get you a little bit more information about the Pacers as the game moves along. This one a high fly ball, center field. Waiting for it to come down is Logan. He'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. 2 away now for the Pacers in the first. They'll get to their cleanup hitter, right fielder number 34, Niall Goings. Graphic hiccup there. Sorry about that. We'll be back to the action. First pitch to Goings. Ground ball through the hole, left side, in there for a base hit. It's the Pacers' second single of the inning, and now they'll have runners at first and second. The number 5 hitter in the lineup, first baseman number 32, Brian Pereira. Pereira, another lefty stepping in. Get to know these Pacers as the weekend moves forward. Pereira ranks 3rd on the team. .314 batting average coming into play today. Pitch inside, fouled off. 5 home runs. Lots of power on this team. 35 home runs for the Pacers so far this season. Pereira with 5 of them. Connor Durden leads the team with 7 long balls this season. Pereira 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. He's walked 4 times, struck out 12. Has started all 22 games so far for Aiken. Line drive into right field. Reaching down, out of your screen, but reaching down as he comes in and making the catch around his ankles was Austin Langford over in right field to end the inning. So a couple of hits, but no damage for the Pacers in the first inning. GSW comes in to grab the sticks for the first time. We'll be back in a moment here from Hurricane Stadium. Thanks for tuning in on the Surge Sports Network. So leading things off for the Hurricanes. Leading things off for the Hurricanes tonight, second baseman number 13, Jason Beta. As you can see, Beta 269 coming into play here tonight. Warming up a little bit as sorts as of late. First pitch in there for a strike. Starting pitcher for USC Aiken tonight. Number 23, Zach Rayfuse. I'll give you a little bit of information on Rayfuse here in just a moment. Starting pitcher for USC Aiken. Rayfuse, 3-1 this season, making his 7th start. He's pitched 34 2/3 innings. Opponents are batting a mere .203 against him. He has a 1.82 ERA. First two. Head 0-2 now to Beta. This one chopped foul as it gently bounces into the USC Aiken dugout, which is located on the first base side here at Hurricane Stadium. Oh, 0-2 pitch. That one will miss the mark. And Beta will go down on strikes, first out of the ball game. Batting second for the Hurricanes, left fielder number 8, Cole Clark. 235 batting average overall, saw 227 in Peach Belt Conference play. One out in the inning. Beta strikes out to open the game for the Hurricanes. First pitch to Clark is going to be off the mark for a ball. That one in there for a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Popped up in the infield. It's going to drift into foul territory. The first baseman for the Pacers has that one. That'll be Pereira squeezing it for the second out of the inning. Batting third, center fielder number 15, Josh Logan. Oop. All right, 2 outs in the inning now. First pitch to Logan. Just a little bit up in the zone. Doesn't miss by much for ball 1. 1-0 offering. Reaches for it. Fly ball to right field. This should end the inning. Waiting for it to come down and make the catch. Easy play for Goings over in right. So the Hurricanes go 1-2-3 to open up the ball game. We appreciate you tuning in to Georgia Southwestern State University Baseball. We'll be back in a moment for the second inning here from Hurricane Stadium. Top of the second inning. USC Aiken. It'll be the number 6 hitter in the lineup getting things started. Dalton Weeks, the third baseman for USC Aiken. First pitch in there for a strike. This off-speed pitch stays high. At the plate, third baseman number 44, Dalton Weeks. 1 ball, 1 strike in the inning. Top of the second, first batter up. That one stays upstairs for a ball. 2-1. Pitch just misses the mark outside. 3-1 to Weeks. 219 batting average for Weeks. 219 for Weeks in Peach Belt Conference play. Weeks overall for the season is batting .277, making his 22nd start. .277 batting average, 5 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. He's walked 11 times, struck out 28. He's got a full count coming from Britt here. Payoff pitch, line drive, back up the middle, base hit for Weeks. Well, they get the leadoff man aboard. The number 7 hitter in the lineup stepping in. Designated hitter number 1, Philip Watcher. Watcher is one of 5 Pacer batters. Batting over 300 coming into play. Watcher with a .313 batting average. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the right side. It'll be Jones who'll have to take it. Run back over to the bag and get the first out of the inning. One away now, runner in scoring position. Shortstop number 2, Chandler Rogers. Rogers, .242 batting average. He started all 22 games so far. One does not drop in the zone for Britt and misses the mark. Rogers again, .242 batting average, 15 hits, 2 doubles. His extra base hits, 10 RBIs. 15 walks to only 10 strikeouts. Rogers, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. That pitch misses just outside, 2-1, or excuse me, 2-0 rather. Hard hit ball into left center field. Who's going to take it? It'll be Logan, the center fielder, moving to his right and making the grab for the second out of the inning. Two away now for the number 9 hitter. Left fielder number 8, Sean McQuillan. McQuillan, a .167 batting average, making only his 3rd start of the spring. Limited number of bats. He's 1 for 6 so far this season. And he has not walked but struck out 3 times. This one should be playable. Takes a high bounce. But he'll have it and throw over to first for the out. That was Beta making the play at second to end the inning. So Aiken leaves a man in scoring position at second base. Still scoreless in this one. We'll be back in a moment for the bottom half of the second inning when we return from Hurricane Stadium. We appreciate you tuning in. So transfer that there, and there you go. We'll be back in a moment here on the Surge Sports Network. Leading off the second inning for the Hurricanes, Andy Moore. Moore leading the Hurricanes right so far this season. And first pitch swinging into center field. Diving stop, diving grab. He makes the catch in center. Heck of a grab out in center field, robbing Moore of a hit. That one goes to the center fielder, Jose Bonilla. Nice play by Bonilla out in center for the first out of the inning. One up and one quickly away. First pitch swinging for the Hurricanes' number 5 hitter. At the plate is the first baseman, number 7, Jared Jones. Jared Jones, 288 batting average, couple of home runs, 15 RBIs to lead the Hurricanes in multiple categories. Popped up in the infield. 0-1 pitch was popped up. It'll be the first baseman who's unable to pull it out of the glove of his pitcher, Rayfuse. So a pop up to Rayfuse just in front of the mound. Wasn't sure who came up with that one at first, but it'll be the second out of the inning regardless. Batting 6th, the right fielder, number 39, Austin Langford. So Austin Langford, a freshman coming in, batting again, as I mentioned, 6th in the lineup. First pitch swinging, fouled back and out of play. Langford 207, 238 Peach Belt Conference batting average for the freshman. Evens the count up at 1-1. Langford started out red hot, got 3 hits in his first game. A couple of weeks ago, he's making his 9th start and his 10th appearance in a game for GSW this season, and this is the Hurricanes' 20th game. I mentioned 3-16 overall. 0-12 in Peach Belt Conference play. All 3 wins have come at home, however. Let's see if that'll can carry over into getting the opener here against Aiken today. That one off the plate, misses. Running the count to Langford to 3-1. Pretty smooth work from Rayfuse so far on the hill for Aiken. 5 batters up and 5 outs. Langford out in front of that one, pulls it fouled on the third base line. That one kind of in between the bag and third base coach, who's also the head coach of the Hurricanes, Brian McLean, over in the coach's box. Full count to Langford. That one pulled foul again. This one even further foul. Bounces just beyond the GSW dugout there on the third base side. Another payoff pitch from Rayfuse. High and tight, ball 4. So good at bat to stay alive and force a few extra pitches and get to first base. Hurricanes have their base runner here with 2 outs in the second. The catcher, number 6, Dakota Long. Long, the senior catcher for the Hurricanes. 170 batting average. Been slowly creeping up here as the year moves on. Off to a slow start. 129 in Peach Belt Conference play. First pitch from Rayfuse was a ball. That one curls in towards Long's ankles for a ball. 2-0 now. Second inning hasn't been particularly kind to the Hurricanes as far as offensively. This, for GSW, their worst run-producing inning of the season. They've only pushed across 2 runs in the second inning all year. Misses the mark, 3-0. For the record, their best inning is the 7th. And that number is the only one in double figures. 10 runners have scored in the 7th inning this season for Georgia Southwestern. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Three-one pitch, runner breaks. Misses the mark, ball 4. And the Hurricanes have runners on first and second now. It's going to draw a quick visit to the hill. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs in the second inning. Have given the Hurricanes their first look at a scoring opportunity. Langford good speed over at second base. They'll talk about it on the hill for a second. We'll be back. Pick up where we left off in just a moment here on the Surge Sports Network. At the plate for the Hurricanes, their number 8 hitter in the lineup, today's third baseman, Tyler Skelton. First pitch to Skelton, the bouncing ball to the shortstop. He runs in, on the run, the throw, on the mark. Final out of the inning, so the Hurricanes come up empty in the second. No score yet in this one. If you're just joining us, USC Aiken, no runs, 3 hits. GSW yet to get a hit in the ballgame. Neither side has committed an error yet in the early going. 2 innings in the books. We'll be back in a moment from Hurricane Stadium here in Americus. Peach Belt Conference Baseball. Back to the top of the order for USC Aiken to open up the third inning. At the plate, center fielder Jose Bonilla. Bonilla started off the game with a single. First pitch low and inside. Temperature is currently 71 degrees in Americus. Again, predominantly overcast skies at the moment. Winds coming out of the west at 6 miles an hour. So you can see the flag in center field kind of blowing a little bit towards the left field corner. Count is even to Bonilla at 1-1. Bonilla batting .309 heading into this weekend series. Started all 22 games. 29 hits, 8 have gone for extra bases. He's got 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. He's walked 10 times and struck out 24. 2-1 pitch. Misses on the inside corner. Inside edge of the plate, 3-1. Pretty good line drive, single to left field to open things up for Bonilla. Let's see if he'll get the green light here with 3-1. He sure does. Swings it up, pops it up behind home plate, up on the berm, top of the berm that wraps around the ballpark. The seating bowl here at Hurricane Stadium built into the grassy berm that basically runs from corner to corner of the ballpark. So Britt's managed to work the count back to full here to open up the third inning. This one fouled out of play, left field side. A little farther down on this one. Defensively for Georgia Southwestern, a couple of changes since we last talked to you against Valdosta State. Left fielder is Cole Clark, center fielder Josh Logan, right field Austin Langford. We've mentioned their names a couple times here defensively already. Payoff pitch. High fly ball deep to center field. Moving back is Logan. He's in front of the wall, waits for it, and he'll make the grab. Hard to get one out of this ballpark on some days, especially if the wind isn't cooperating. 405 to center field, give or take. Probably give more than take on that one, and a long shot from Bonilla stays in the yard for the first out of the inning. Second baseman Joe Smithers. One away for Smithers. First pitch, big cut, swing and a miss. Smithers leads the Pacers with a .348 batting average overall. Again, he started every game so far this spring. 31 hits, 9 have gone for extra bases, 6 doubles, which is tied for the team lead, three-way tie with Durden and Pereira. 6 doubles, 3 home runs, 20 ribbies, 10 walks, 27 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch from Britt. Stays upstairs for a ball. 2-1. Chopped foul third base side between the coach's box and third base. He evens the count up at 2-2. Georgia Southwestern's team ERA at 6.87. Britt helping to pull that number down, though, as he leads the team, as I mentioned earlier. We'll run his stats for you in a moment on the screen. USC Aiken's pitching staff with a 4.5 ERA. And also Rayfuse is pulling that number down with his low 1.8 ERA. So fighting to stay alive is Smithers. He's fouled a couple off. The count still remains 2-2. In there for a strike. Strikeout for Britt. Gets the second out of the inning. Catcher Connor Durden. And also, fans, don't forget that if you have the opportunity, you're sitting at your computer, or even if you're on your mobile device, you can open up another browser window and have those live stats in there for a strike. You can have those live stats right in front of you. So if you like to have the data, those numbers in front of you to crunch, follow your favorite player or your favorite team, the live stats link, easiest way to get there is just look at a description in today's broadcast on YouTube upstairs for a ball. One and one. But the link for live stats right there in the description of today's broadcast on YouTube. Pull down the hole from his knees, makes the play. Thought that one might get through the hole, but a great play by Beta. And on his knees on the grass, he makes the play and gets the out. The Pacers come up empty. No hits first inning. They haven't recorded a hit yet in the ball game. First inning, they haven't done so anyway, was the third now. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning when we return. Thanks for tuning in to GSW Baseball. Peach Belt Conference action here on the Surge Sports Network. So leading off the third inning for the Hurricanes, shortstop Devin Shea. First pitch in there for a strike. So Shea grounds out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jason Beta back to the top of the order for the Hurricanes here in the bottom of the third inning. Beta pulls one down into the right field corner. He's on his horse. The throw over to third. Will it be in time? It got him. So the throw in, the relay throw gets Beta trying to stretch the one-out double into a triple. Gun down at third base for the second out of the inning. So good hit from Beta, but unfortunately the defense gets the ball in quickly for the second out of the inning. Two outs now. The number 2 hitter in the lineup, Cole Clark, steps in. Squares the bunt, offers at it and misses. Left fielder Cole Clark. Oh, 0-1 offering to Clark. Gonna be a little bit inside, evens up the count at 1-1. Pulled foul for the second strike. So Clark in a bit of a hole here. 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 pitch coming up for Cole Clark. So Beta represented the chop foul. Good hands by Josh Logan in the on-deck circle. That was pulled so much that it bounced right up towards his face, and he grabbed it with his bare hand. Free hand, as one hand was still on the bat. Picked that one out of the air before it could get back to the dugout. Quick reflexes from Josh Logan in the on-deck circle. Upstairs for a ball, 2-2 now. The count evened up. Due offering. Foul back behind us. We're just slightly to the right of home plate, just to the right of your camera on that one kind of over our heads. Defensively for USC Aiken from left to right. McQuillan in left, Bonilla in center. Right fielder is Goings. Third baseman is Weeks. Shortstop Rogers. Second baseman Smithers. At first, Pereira. Behind the plate, Durden. And pitching well so far for the Pacers, again, is Ray Fuse, the starting hurler here to open up the series. Count runs full to Cole Clark. Hurricanes have drawn a couple of walks so far in the ball game. 2 in a row to close out the second. Full count. The pitch fouled back to the screen. Count stays full. Here in the third. USC Aiken the 6-3 mark in Peach Belt Conference play. That puts them in high for a ball. Ball 4. Runner aboard with 2 away. Center fielder Josh Logan. Logan comes up. Try to get things going for the Hurricanes. They haven't been able to capitalize any of the free passes yet in this one. See what we can do again with 2 outs, however, as was the case last time. Diving back in safely is Clark. USC Aiken, the 3 losses, puts them again in the early going in the Peach Belt Conference season, but they are 4th in the standings. Flagler, who the Hurricanes played this past weekend, 12-0 overall in conference play. Columbus State, hard to believe, that one in their first strike, has played 7 less games than the Saints. They're a mere 5-0. But red hot. 18-2 overall are the Cougars. Georgia College, who also swept the Hurricanes to open up Peach Belt Conference portion of the season last month. Pickoff move, got him. Cole Clark picked off. And that'll end that for the Hurricanes. So a couple of running miscues for the Hurricanes on the bases and capitalizing on it. That one was all Rafe Hughes. A good pickoff at first base. No runs for the Hurricanes in the third. We will go to the fourth inning. All still scoreless in this one from Hurricane Stadium. When we return, big thanks to Two Dukes Barbecue. You saw their ad last half inning. Barbecued only in Americus, just about a block and a half away from campus on Tripp Street. Two Dukes Barbecue, big sponsor of GSW Athletics. Thanks for tuning in here on the Surge Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment. First batter of the inning in the fourth for the Pacers is Niall Goings. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the shortstop. Play made over there by Shea for the quick first out of the inning. Coming to the plate, first baseman Brian Pereira. Number 5 hitter in the lineup. Pereira steps in to face Britt here with one away in the fourth. Off speed, curls that one in there for a strike. Well, 0-1 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Moving over and making the grab is Langford. Well hit ball, but Langford just has to drift to his right and make the grab. Second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for the Pacers in the fourth. Third baseman Dalton Weeks. Curls that one in there for a strike. I mentioned Georgia Southwestern starting pitcher today. Little information on Kyle Britt. Opponents were batting .221 against him coming into play. Pretty good walk to strikeout ratio, 8-24. The numbers there, the comparison. This one 0-1 pitch, high fly ball, deep, high, gone. Home run Weeks, no doubt about it. The left fielder didn't, well, I shouldn't say he didn't move, but he didn't move much. He knew that one was gone. The second he left the bat, got a bit of a closer view to watch it go over the left field wall. A couple of partitions in from the left field foul pole, and I think that one might have cleared the batting cages well beyond the left field wall. So first hit of the game, a 2-out solo shot from Weeks. That's the place you got to hit it if you're going to hit it, and that one would have been out at any ballpark, a well-hit ball. Designated hitter Philip Watcher. So 1-0 now the score. Aiken strikes first in this one. 4th hit of the ball game for the Pacers. And Watcher will come back to face an 0-1 pitch from Kyle Britt. Back up the middle. Takes a couple of gentle bounces before it finds its way to Beta, who throws over to first for the final out of the inning. But the Pacers strike first. Solo home run for Weeks for him. That's home run number 7. He's now tied for the Pacers lead with Connor Durden. Solo shot for Weeks. That'll make it RBI number 26 on the season. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 4th inning here in just a moment. You saw the Roman Oven Pizzeria. I mentioned Two Dukes Barbecue. Now you got Roman Oven Pizzeria. Only in Americus can you find the good eats from Anthony and his staff over there at the Roman Oven Pizzeria. Great buffet, but they've got a full menu of items. Sandwiches, wraps, you name it, they've got it. The Roman Oven Pizzeria, big sponsor of GSW Athletics, and we thank them for partnering with us here in 2018. Leading off the home half of the 4th inning for the Hurricanes, center fielder Josh Logan. And Josh Logan will try to get a little offense brewing. He reaches for that one. Check swing, ground ball to the second baseman, on to first for the out. Smithers makes the play for the Pacers, and there's one away. Now batting is the designated hitter, Andy Moore. Moore had a base hit taken away from him. Defensive play from the center fielder, a diving effort from his backside as he slides into that one to rob Moore of a hit. That was a good play by Bonilla in the first time around for Andy Moore. First pitch was a strike. That one also in the zone. Moore behind in the count, 0-2. Good piece of hitting by Andy Moore as he slaps that one down the left field line. He's going to have to hold up at first base, however. Not shading him too much to center, and a quick recovery over in left field. That was McQuillan tracking that one down, so they're going to hold Moore to a single with one away in the inning. First baseman number 7, Jared Jones. Jared Jones coming up. Second hit of the ball game for the Hurricanes. This one could be An inning-ending double play. 6-4 to 3. Inning over. Double play ground ball from Jones ends the inning, so the Hurricanes are unable to capitalize on the one-out single from Andy Moore. Double play to end the inning. Hurricanes scoreless. 4 innings in the books. USC Aiken a solo shot this past half inning. The difference, 1-0 the score. 4 hits for Aiken, 2 hits for GSW. Neither side has committed an error yet in the ball game. We will be back in a moment from Hurricane Stadium as we move on to the 5th inning. Thanks for tuning in tonight on our YouTube channel, part of the Surge Sports Network. Leading off the 5th inning for USC Aiken, shortstop Chandler Rogers. That one misses to even the count at 1-1. We mentioned the outfield. That's pretty much stayed the same. Langford's been playing right for the last several games. Earned himself a spot in the lineup after a good start in his debut. The infield is where there's been a little bit of change. Third baseman is Skelton, Tyler Skelton. He's played a number of games at short for the Hurricanes. The shortstop Devin Shea, he's been the shortstop as of the last week plus for the Hurricanes, sliding Skelton over to third. Second baseman is Jason Beta, who had played third for the first half of this season to this point, and now he's just as of the last week or two slid over to play second base, and first has been a lock for Jared Jones, the senior, throughout the year. Dakota Long, primarily the catcher for the Hurricanes. A couple of other guys that can pick up some innings back there as well, but Dakota Long behind the plate for GSW today. Line drive to the shortstop. The play made by Devin Shea for the first out of the inning. Left fielder Sean McQuillan. McQuillan, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for USC Aiken here in our opener. First pitch misses to McQuillan, low and inside. That fastball just above the waist, but in the zone for a strike over the plate to even the count up at 1-1. Yes, sir. 1-1 pitch inside edge of the plate for a strike. 1-2. Got a piece of that one to stay alive. Big cut from McQuillan. but they'll have to set it up for another 1-2 pitch. Lights are on now here at Hurricane Stadium. Got flicked on a half inning or so ago. Here's starting to get a little bit cooler. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Britt. And he'll get the second out of the inning. McQuillan goes down on strikes. The Pacers are back up to the top of the order. Center fielder Jose Bonilla. Bonilla with one of the Pacers' 4 hits in the ballgame. Squares to bunt. Going to get caught up in the grass. Can Britt get it over to first in time? Toe on the bag. Play made. A little high throw. Almost pulled Jones off the bag in towards second base. But he's able to reach, lunge, make the grab for the final out of the inning. So Britt sets the side down in order in the 5th. We go to the home half of the 5th inning. Here from Hurricane Stadium. Got to get a little offense going, and it's not been easy for anyone against Rayfuse this season, but the Hurricanes will see if they can get a good look at them here, working their way through the order for the second time in the ball game. 1 run, 4 hits for USC Aiken, no runs, 2 hits for GSW. And neither team has committed an error yet in the ball game. We'll be back in a moment here on the Surge Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in to Peach Belt Conference Baseball. So freshman Austin Langford, there you go, leading off the 5th inning for the Hurricanes. Langford, the freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia. You just saw Houston County High School. Getting his second look here at Rayfuse. Langford, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. First pitch a ball, second pitch ground ball at the end of the bat. A couple of hops to the shortstop, who'll throw it on to first base. Rogers makes the play, and there's one away. Now batting the catcher, Dakota Long. Ball 1 to Long, second one, swing and a miss. That one doesn't miss by much, but 2-1. Inside, I guess, to Long, perhaps a little low. Just outside of the zone. Popped up infield. Just drifting into foul territory. It actually wakes its way into the outfield where the left fielder will make the play. That'll be a grab made over by McQuillan in left. Two away in the inning coming up for the Hurricanes. Another freshman, Tyler Skelton from Forsyth, Georgia, Mary Persons High School. At the plate, third baseman Tyler Skelton. Two away in the inning. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Two outs. Chopped off of his leg and into the dirt it goes. Foul. Durden will pick it up. Throw that one back into the GSW dugout. So Rayfuse out in front, can play a little bit with Skelton now. 0-2 pitch coming here with two outs in the fifth. Reaches for it to stay alive. Line drive over the Pacers dugout. Out of play. Another 0-2 pitch to right field it goes. Fly ball to right, moving back and a little bit to his left, but doesn't have to move far to make the grab and retire the side. So the play made in right by Goings will be it for the Hurricanes in the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the sixth inning, moving right along here at Hurricane Stadium. The difference, a solo home run in this one. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Second baseman Joe Smithers leading off the sixth inning. The number 2 batter in the order. First pitch, big cut. Swing and a miss. Two in a row from Britt, and he's out in front of Smithers. 0-2. Fans, don't forget you can follow the action and stick with the Hurricanes all season long. Best way to go is through back up the middle ground ball. This will be a base hit for Smithers to open up the sixth inning. Stay in touch with us through social media. GSW Hurricanes is how you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. GSW Hurricanes on Facebook and Instagram. Catcher Connor Durden. For those of you that are into Twitter and YouTube users, well, you already perhaps found us on YouTube through this account, but Twitter and YouTube, it's the same. It's GSW Athletics, so slightly different. GSW Athletics compared to our other handles on Facebook and Instagram anyway. Those of you using Twitter and YouTube can find us at GSW Athletics. Both of those IDs are all together and all one word. GSW Athletics for Twitter and YouTube. GSW Hurricanes, Facebook and Instagram. 1-0 pitch coming to Durden, the catcher. He's the number 3 hitter in the lineup. This one will stay upstairs for a ball, 2-0. Pacers now with their 5th hit of the ball game. Of course, we have the old-fashioned website as well. Stats, rosters, news from the department, all right there at gswcanes.com. Big cut, swing and a miss, 2-1. gswcanes.com. The website for our department home, GSW Athletics Online. 2-1 pitch coming up to Connor Durden. Runner going, throw down to second base, off the mark, good jump anyway, probably would have beat out the throw. So the count dips to 3-1, the runner swipes second. Still nobody out in the inning, and Durden will get a look at a good pitch here with a runner in scoring position. Pitch popped up high fly ball into left center field. Who's going to call it? The ball kept sailing and drifting, and it'll be Cole Clark making the grab in deep left field. First out of the inning with the runner so far back into the corner, into the gap, that the runner was able to tag up from second to third and get that much closer. Right fielder Niall Goings. 1 out in the inning. And the cleanup batter at the plate for USC Aiken. Curls that one off the plate away from the right-handed batter. You can see Aiken with the navy tops. Pacers across the chest, white with their maroon trim, gray pants. 1 ball, no strikes. GSW wearing their Vegas gold tops, navy lettering, white print, or white trim rather, white pants, navy Adidas caps today. The Adidas mark all over GSW Athletics, as they're the official athletic provider, apparel provider of GSW Hurricane Athletics. Popped up in the infield, drifting to his left, and still on the dirt to make the grab will be Shea. 2 away now in the 6th. Coming to the plate is the first baseman, Brian Pereira. Britt working hard to try to keep this a 1-run game. Ground ball to the right side. Play is going to be made. Throw. Enough to get the out. Let's leave it at that. The throw a little off the mark, but a good lunge and a good reach once again over at first base by Jared Jones. He's able to stay on the bag and avoid a collision. The big man Pereira making his way down the baseline. So the throw from Beta, a little off the mark, but still enough to keep the score at 1-0. No runs from USC Aiken in the 6th inning. The Hurricanes head to the bottom half of the inning, trailing by a run. USC Aiken 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. GSW no runs, 2 hits. No errors in the ballgame. We'll clear the board and get ready for the bottom half of the inning when we return here from Hurricane Stadium. Thanks for tuning in to GSW Baseball on the Surge Sports Network. These two teams play game 2 of their weekend set tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Right back here on the Surge Sports Network. First pitch swinging deep in the hole. Shortstop turns, fires, not in time. And it'll be an infield single for the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Devin Shea. Junior Jason Beta from Fruitland Park, Florida. Lake Sumter State transfer steps in now. Hurricanes got a base runner, only their 3rd hit of the ball game. Runner at first base to open up the 6th inning. Throw over, he's already got 1 pickoff on the day. I'm sure the Hurricane runners will take perhaps a half a step less off the bag than they were earlier in the game. First pitch to Beta, ball. Not to jinx it, but the Hurricanes have had a runner picked off. And a double play turned against them this inning. Good bunt, third baseman on the run, down to first. Got him in time. Heck of a bunt, but a great play defensively by Weeks. Doing it with his mitt and his bat. Good play on the charging in and the throw on the money. Good pace and in time. But the sacrifice is executed though. That ball just dying in the grass. One away in the inning. Cole Clark, the batter with 1 out. First pitch swinging. Popped up, 1 hop to the shortstop. He bare hands it, throws over to first, not in time. And an infield single for Cole Clark. How about that? That one just got over the third baseman, Weeks. The shortstop had to make a bang-bang play. Took a soft bounce on the dirt, picked it up bare hand out of the air, but couldn't get the throw there in time. And so the Hurricanes have a couple of runners aboard now, with 1 out in the inning, and we are center fielder Josh Logan. First pitch to senior Josh Logan stepping in. Logan from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Mountain View High School. Comes into today's ball game batting .305, one of 2 GSW batters that are over the 300 mark here through this part of the spring. He did offer at that one 0-2. Logan .305 batting average. Him and Andy Moore have been holding down the top 2 spots for most of the season, with one or the other leading the team. 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 6 RBIs, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts for Logan coming into play. He's down in the count on this one though, 0-2. That one bounces off the catcher's chest and out in front of home plate for a ball. Hurricanes with 4 hits in the ball game. Ooh, inside, got a piece of him. Hit by the pitch. Logan will go down to first base. All the runners will move over, and the Hurricanes have the bases juiced with a 1 out in the 6th. At the plate for the Hurricanes, designated hitter, Andy Moore. So Andy Moore, the Hurricane, this is the guy you'd want up right here, leading the team. 333 batting average coming into play today. Pitch low and inside. Yeah, he's got a hit, right? Okay. 4 Hurricane hits in the ball game. Andy Moore's got one of them, and he could really help the Hurricanes out here with another. First pitch, a ball. Second pitch, high outside, 2-1 or 2-0 rather. On deck for the Hurricanes, Jared Jones, the first baseman. 1 out in the inning. Rayfuse trying to settle down. This one's going to get past the catcher. Runner's going to score. Everybody slides over a base, and that should be a pass ball on the catcher. That was dirt, and it popped right out of his mitt to the backstop. And there's a lot of ground to cover back there behind home plate. The Hurricanes have tied the ball game up, and they still got a chance to grab the lead for the first time in this weekend if they can get things started here. Again, just our opening game. You get a chance to taste the lead. 2 balls and a strike. Slapped. Ooh. Right over. Third base coach and head coach Brian McLean, who had to duck down, and that one went right over his head. Low line drive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rayfuse delivers. Low, bounces off the catcher's glove and in front of home plate. Low pitch almost in the dirt. I don't know if it quite got dirt or not. Ooh, big pitch coming here, full count. See if Andy can do it again. He's had a little bit of fortune against Rayfuse, not one of the only batters to do so. And he draws the walk. Bases loaded again for the Hurricanes. Senior Jared Jones, call on the senior to get it done here. 1 out in the inning, Jones. Little bit of pop. Jared Jones, the Hurricanes only have 3 home runs this season, but Jones does have 2 of them. So if anybody's got the power to get one out of here, maybe down the corners. Jones, that ball perhaps got a little bit of dirt, but low. If it didn't, it was close. Slowing outside, ball 1. Jones this game is 0 for 2. Got Moore at first. Logan at second, Clark at third for the Hurricanes. On the bases, 1-0 offering, high. Ball 2. Action in the USC Aiken bullpen. Got a left-handed arm up and down in the corner. Hard to see from there. A visit to the mound to talk things over. 2-0 the count to Jared Jones. When we return, we'll take a quick step away from the microphone and we'll be back for the 2-0 pitch here in just a moment from Hurricane Stadium. Things have got it interesting here in the 6th. Pitch forthcoming to Jared Jones. Comes set. Ground ball through the right side. That's going to score at least one. They'll wave another run around. The throw to the plate. Here it comes. It's going to be cut off. The throw to third gets him. So the Hurricanes get 2 in, but Pereira cuts off the throw in from right field, and they gun down. They gun down Andy Moore over at third base, but the Hurricanes do get 2 runs in on the base hit single. Big time from Jared Jones, a couple of RBIs. Hurricanes now up 3-1. Austin Langford steps in, the right fielder for the Hurricanes. 2 away, runner at first, Jared Jones. First pitch swinging, popped up, out of play, just behind the USC Aiken dugout. At the plate for the Hurricanes, right fielder, Austin Langford. Langford 0 for 1 so far this afternoon. Off-speed pitch, beautiful breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-2. Both teams with 5 hits now in the ball game. He reaches for that one. They'll put the tag on him anyway for that, but didn't need to. Strikeout swinging. Ends the inning. The Hurricanes, however, come to life offensively. They score 3 runs and now lead the Pacers. In game 1 of our weekend set, we'll head to the 7th inning from Hurricane Stadium. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University baseball. Peach Belt Conference action against USC Aiken on the Surge Sports Network. You're tuned in tonight on our YouTube station, GSW Athletics. Leading off the inning, dangerous hitter. Third baseman, Dalton Weeks. Weeks accounting for the only USC Aiken run in the ball game. Solo home run back in the 4th inning. This one a line drive to center. Coming in and making the play is Logan. Had to reach down for that one about shin high off the ground to pick it up. Or pick it out of the air and retire Weeks for the first out of the inning. They're at their number 7 hitter now in the lineup. Designated hitter Philip Watcher. Weeks was 2 for 2 up until this point, so he's retired for the first time this evening. Watcher 0 for 2. Here now with 1 out. First pitch from Britt misses for a ball. 1-0 offering, ground ball. Jared Jones takes a couple bounces, traps it in his mitt with his free hand, and he'll run over and get the second out of the inning. So good work so far from Britt in the 7th. 2 away in the inning. Shortstop Chandler Rogers. Rogers, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, is 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch stays upstairs for a ball. Britt, 72 pitches coming into the at-bat. Wind has died down now. The flag sitting still, resting still. And their first strike evens up the count, 1-1. In there, strike 1 and 2. Britt comes set. Now the throw. Ooh. Off the helmet. Off the helmet of Rogers. Looks unfazed by it, thankfully. Oh, shoulder? Okay, didn't catch him in the helmet. Got him actually up in the shoulder area. Pinch hitter coming up for USC Aiken now. They'll go to their bench and they'll call on number 41, Brady O'Neill. Your attention, fans, pinch hitting for USC Aiken, number 41, Brady O'Neill. Runner at first, hit by a pitch with 2 outs. First pitch high. Long does a good job to reach up and keep that one from going to the backstop. Brady O'Neill, redshirt freshman from Arnold, Maryland. Let's see what we got on Mr. O'Neill. Well, a .429 batting average. He only has 7 registered at bats, 3 hits. One of them a home run, however. 3 RBIs. No walks and a strikeout. Calling on O'Neill to keep this inning alive with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch coming up. Breaking ball stays up and perhaps a little bit inside. As the count goes to 2-1. Time called by the batter. Kenny Thomas, the head coach for USC Aiken. Thomas in his 19th season leading the Pacers. Backhand outside. 3-1. O'Neill listed at 6'2", 185. 3-1 pitch. Strike called, evens it up runs the count full now. Payoff pitch coming from Britt. Popped up out of play over the backstop and to our right. Count remains full. Two o'clock your start time tomorrow, weather permitting. 1 o'clock on Sunday to wrap up this weekend series. Full count pitch, high. Lost him. Runner advances. They got a runner in scoring position now. Tying run and goes over to first base. Dakota Long goes out to have a word with his pitcher. Looks like O'Neill's going to come back, and they'll put a pinch runner on first base. Your attention, fans, pinch running for O'Neill at first base. Number 7, Andre Brown. At the plate, center fielder, Jose Bonilla. And with that, head coach Brian McLean will now take the time to come out to the mound and get his defense in order. 2 away in the inning, but a hit batter and a walk have given the Pacers a little life here in the 7th. They'll talk about things on the hill. Quick meeting. Break it up, head back. So the Pacers are at the top of the order here with 2 away in the inning, so they're getting to they're at the part of the lineup they'd like to have up here with the go-ahead run at the plate. First pitch in there for a strike from Britt. Britt has 2 strikeouts and 1 walk so far on the hill for the Hurricanes. A 1 pitch to Bonilla. Low for a ball. Bonilla 1 for 3. He's hit the ball hard. A couple times he's been up. Led off the game with a base hit, but has been retired since then. One. Big swing and a miss. 1-2. Rogers on second base for the Pacers. Brown pinch running at first. Swing and a miss, and Britt gets strikeout number 3. It's a big one. It ends the Pacers' inning in the 7th. 2 men left on base. No hits in the inning. Hurricanes look to add to their lead when we return here at Hurricane Stadium. You're watching GSW Baseball on the Surge Sports Network. a couple changes defensively for USC Aiken. Staying in to play left field will be number 7, Andre Brown, and a new pitcher on the hill. Leading off the 7th inning for the Hurricanes, catcher Dakota Long. Number 27, Daniel Wiggins, now on the mound. First batter he'll face, as I mentioned, the catcher for the Hurricanes, Dakota Long. You just saw a little bit about one of our seniors there, Dakota Long, from Macon, Georgia, Tatnall Square Academy. Steps in Long, 0 for 1 in the ballgame. 1-2, the count to Dakota. That pitch misses a little bit low. It's outside, evens the count up at 2-2. Pitcher for USC Aiken, number 27, Daniel Wiggins, a 6'1" sophomore from Evans, Georgia. Popped up behind third base. Drifting, going to stay in fair territory, and it'll be the shortstop making the grab for the Pacers for the first out. So Rogers comes over and squeezes it. 1 away in the inning now. At the plate, third baseman Tyler Skelton. Get you a little bit of information on Mr. Wiggins, the new pitcher. Skelton in the ball game, 0 for 2. Wiggins, a 3-1 record, is making his 12th appearance. He leads the team. 12th appearance of the spring. All have come out of the bullpen. 2.82 ERA, 22 1/3 innings pitched. Opponents batting .222 against him in 2018. 2-1 the count to Skelton. And there for a strike, evens up the count at 2-2. Skelton sends that one back up the middle off the mound, and it bounces into center field for a base hit. Skelton with his first hit of the ball game. Hurricanes 6th this evening. At the plate, shortstop Devin Shea. Devin Shea steps in, another freshman, Sacramento, California, Lowndes County High School, though, some ties to the Peach State. Military family, if I understand things correctly. He's moved around the country, and that's what he finds his way to Southwest Georgia. 2-0 the count. In there for a strike, 2-1. Look over to first. He'll come home with it. Popped up, out of play, over the backstop to our right. See one of the GSW ball players getting up out of his seat to go track down that foul ball. He won't have to go far. We've got the tennis courts. Georgia Southwestern tennis courts are behind us. That one didn't make it to the courts. Probably maybe 40 yards, 35, 40 yards away from the backstop. behind us. This one over our heads and over the camera. Keeps the count at 2-2. Shea is 1 for 2 as one of the Hurricanes' 6 hits in the ball game. That one misses outside, evens up, or excuse me, runs the count full rather to Shea. Georgia Southwestern softball team in action in Milledgeville today against Georgia College. Suffered a tough 11-10 defeat in a shootout in game 1. 11-10. Lady Hurricanes rallied to get back in that one. I think they were down by 4 or 5 runs, came back to make it a ball game. Came up a little bit short to complete the comeback. 11-10. Georgia College takes the opener in softball action. Game 2 is in the top of the 5th inning, and Georgia College leads 6-2. Full count, popped up again, out of play, right side. USC Aiken, we'll get you a little bit of information on the Pacers as far as how things have gone for them so far this season. Batting average in conference play has been very similar. Ball inside, ball 4. Runners on first and second now for Georgia Southwestern with 1 out in the 7th. Back to the top of the order for GSW. Hurricanes will look to their leadoff or their top of the order to generate some more separation in this one. Pitch low and inside. I mentioned before that, let's stay for the crowd here. Second baseman at the plate for the Hurricanes, Jason Beta. 244 batting average for the Pacers in Peach Belt Conference play. 244. GSW batting 235. So pretty tight compared to those overall batting averages. Again, it was 278 to 223, so the Hurricanes actually batting better as a team in Peach Belt Conference play slightly than overall. 244 to 235, your comparison there. The Pacers with a slight advantage in batting average. In conference action, the ERA is definitely a one-sided comparison there. 4.34 USC Aiken, for USC Aiken, there we go. 4.34. GSW 8.83 in conference action. Count evened up at 1-1. Fly ball out of play down the right field line and got about a halfway down the line and then made its way out of the ballpark. So 1-2 the count. One-two pitch coming to Jason Beta. Could be trouble. Shallow right, center field on the run. It eventually falls out of his glove, but he had it long enough for the out. He was stumbling, fumbling, and bumbling, but he held on to it. Good coverage as that one was dropping quickly, and a lot of ground covered by Goings in right field. And it's enough to get the second out of the inning. The runner's got to stay put. 2 outs for GSW, the number 2 hitter. At the plate, left fielder Cole Clark. Cole Clark steps in with 2 away. Clark 1 for 2 in the ball game. This is an interesting stat. One I didn't catch earlier. USC Aiken is 15-7 overall. Only one of those games has been played outside of their home ballpark. And they are 1-0 on the road. So this is their first real road trip of the season. 15-7 at home, 6-3 in conference play. This only their second game of the year. There are no neutral site games mixed in there. They've all been at home except for one. A pretty small sample size to see their stats on the road. 1-0 pitch. A little bit low, 2-0. Played some pretty good competition, of course, in non-conference action, including a perennial regional powerhouse, Mount Olive. That was a back-and-forth series. Pacers took the first game back early in the season, mid-February, before dropping the last two to Mount Olive. They've played Peach Belt Conference series against Francis Marion and Georgia College. 3-0 sweep of the Patriots, and they dropped 2 of 3, the first 2 in the series against Georgia College. 3-0 pitch, inside, ball 4. Bases are loaded once again for the Hurricanes. Only 1 out in the inning. Excuse me, 2 outs in the inning. My bad. 1 out to go. 1 out to go for Wiggins to get out of this thing. And a trip to the mound. And a signal to the bullpen. A pitching change will be made with 2 outs in the 7th. We'll let you know who it is. Gives you a little bit more information when we return here at Hurricane Stadium. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University and Peach Belt Conference baseball on the Surge Sports Network. So the new third pitcher of the game for USC Aiken, the relief. Calling on in relief here will be number 26, John Yarborough. First pitch into a strike. Yarborough on to face Josh Logan, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Ground ball, inning. Oh, That one gets past the second baseman and is going to allow a run to score. The throw in off the mark, thought about running, going to stay put over at first is Logan, and the Hurricanes still have a little life. An unearned run thanks to that error at second base. That one mishandled by Smithers. So runners at the corners now for the Hurricanes. Two runs came in on that, my mistake. So that a crucial two-out, two-run error at second base. Hurricanes still have runners at the corners. I had 5-1 and the batter to add to it. At the plate, designated hitter Andy Moore. Moore is 1 for 2 in the ball game. I mentioned earlier he leads the Hurricanes at the plate this season. Team high .333 batting average coming in to play this afternoon. Yarborough rather, is the relief pitcher. Haven't even had a chance to tell you about John Yarborough in relief. Kind of has a sidearm delivery, right-hander. Yarborough, 6'1" junior from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Has a 1-1 count to Andy Moore. Runner breaks, fouled off, line shot. Bounces off the road that runs parallel to the third baseline. About 50 yards up from the foul line itself. Up the berm and onto the street it goes. So 1-2 the count. Yarborough. Get you a little information on the new relief pitcher for USC Aiken. Yarborough, a 6.48 earned run average. He's making his 8th appearance of the spring. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings. Opponents are batting a mere .207 against him. So he's got that good low. This one back to the mound. He has it, throws over to first. Basket catch, but the first baseman in plenty of time still to get the run. But GSW pushes across 2 more, and now they've added to their lead. Hang in there for 2 more innings. To the 8th inning we go. Georgia Southwestern now with a 4-run lead. 5-1 your score. We'll be back in a moment from Hurricane Stadium. You're watching GSW Baseball on the Surge Sports Network. Second baseman Joe Smithers to lead off the first pitch, swinging. High fly ball to left field. Looked worse off the bat than it is. Take a step or 2 back. Waits for it is Cole Clark. And a fly out to open up the 8th inning. Britt's been very efficient. A good quick inning here would help get him to the 9th. One away. Catcher Connor Durden. Durden is 0 for 2. First pitch in there for a strike, and no disrespect to the GSW bullpen, but the truth is the truth. The bullpen has struggled to close out games. Opponents, we had a walk-off home run against multi-run home run against North Georgia in the finale. Quick ground ball to second base, second out of the inning. Had a 3-run walk-off home run at Flagler. And now this past Wednesday, the bullpen gave up 4 runs in the 9th to allow Auburn Montgomery to come back and get a walk-off. So 3 of the last 5 games, things have fallen apart for the Hurricanes in the 9th. So if we can get Britt to the 9th, maybe he can just see it through and get a little good mojo back for the Hurricanes. 2 outs, the batter now. Right fielder Niall Goings. He's only at 89 pitches to open up this at-bat. So nice quick at-bat here, and Britt should come back out for the 9th inning. Off the plate for a ball, 1-1. There is action in the GSW bullpen. A right-hander up down there, just starting to warm up. The pitcher warming up for GSW is Harrison Timberlake down in the left field corner. At least on paper, if you're going to bring in a pitcher out of the pen to close things out in the 9th, I would think Timberlake would be your choice. He didn't really have much of a say. Pitched a little bit in the Flagler series. Hard hit ball into the gap in left center field. Heading into second is Goings, and he'll hold up there with a 2-out stand-up double. So Goings, now 2 for 4 in the game, ripped that one into the gap in left center field. A 2-out double. USC Aiken at the number 5 hitter in their lineup here in the 8th. First baseman Brian Pereira. Pereira is 0 for 3 this evening. Both teams now with 6 hits in the ball game. This is a hard hit ball to center field, but moving in on the run to his right in stride, Josh Logan. Aiken with a couple of hard hit balls, but no runs to show for it. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. A good quick inning for Britt. Bottom of the 8th coming up from Hurricane Stadium. Make the transition. There you go. GSW 5, USC Aiken 1. I mentioned it that last half inning. Aiken 1 run, 6 hits. GSW 5 runs, 6 hits. The only error in the ballgame came the last half inning. The GSW was up. 1 error on the Pacers. That's all we've seen so far. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 8th in a moment. Leadoff batter for the Hurricanes in the 8th inning. First baseman Jared Jones. Jones 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs in the ball game. First pitch misses. That one a little bit tight. Jones is going to look at a 2-0 pitch. You're coming up from Yarborough. That one stays upstairs, 3-0. Right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Five, 6, and 7 hitters in the GSW lineup. Late swing as he fights that one off, and it goes first base side out of play. Full count. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Inside to Jones, and he'll get a free pass to open up. The batter is a right fielder, Austin Langford. Langford is 0 for 2. He struck out once. Coming up, his first look at Yarborough. Ground ball could be 2. Chopped to the right side. They'll go to second for 1. On to first base, not in time. So good speed by Langford to prevent the double play. Now batting catcher Dakota Long. 1 out for Dakota Long. Long is 0 for 2 here this evening. Look over to first. Now he'll come inside. Swing kind of inside and up. Curls that one foul over the GSW dugout. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch coming from Yarborough. Just misses. Evens the count up at 1-1. Hurricanes looking for their first Peach Belt Conference win of the season. But the 9th inning has not been friendly as of late to GSW pitching. Georgia Southwestern has surrendered 16 9th inning runs this season. Swing and a miss. Big swing from Long. He'll fall behind 1-2. Well, the Hurricanes got through their worst 2 innings as a pitching staff, the 6th and the 7th, where they've given up 20 and 21 innings respectively. But they, as I've mentioned, reaches for that one and fights it off to the back net to stay alive and keep it at 1-2. So Josh Logan, to look at how he's done today, has the current longest hitting streak on the team, 9 games coming into play today. The longest of the season was Jason Beta, but he's back down to 2 now. Reaches for it. This could be an inning-ending double play. Short to second to first. Routine ground ball double play out. So GSW unable to add to their lead in the 8th inning. And we'll head to the 9th. Ooh, let's see if the Hurricanes can hang on to this one. They're up 5-1. We'll head to the 9th inning, the dreaded 9th inning. When we return, will Britt come out to finish it off? We'll see in a moment. Thanks for hanging with us here on the Surge Sports Network. So in fact, Kyle Britt has a chance to close it off himself, leaving him out there for the ninth. Leading off the ninth inning for USC Aiken third baseman Dalton Weeks. Well, Weeks had the better of Britt back in the fourth. He's accounted for the only Aiken run, a solo home run. One of the only 6 hits that the Pacers have been able to get off of Britt here through the game, so we'll see. I mentioned the longest active hitting streak was Josh Logan at 9. He is 0 for in the game for GSW, so his hitting streak appears that it'll be snapped. Next in line will be Jared Jones, and with his 1 for 3 effort today, he's going to up it to 7 straight games for a hit for Jared Jones, now the current leader in that category. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the number 6 hitter in the lineup, third baseman Dalton Weeks. Britt still entering the at-bat at 93 pitches. The 1-2 offering, ground ball, 1 hops to the third baseman. Skelton with the throw, and there's 1 out. One down. Designated hitter Philip Watcher. 6, 7, and 8 is who Britt will get to face. At least the first 3 batters here in the ninth. 1 away. And Watcher is 0 for 3 in this one. Britt comes set. 1-0 pitch. Stays up a little bit. 2-0. That one low and inside. Ball 3. 3-0. Britt 1-0 this spring, record-wise. That one in there for a strike. And again, this only his 4th start, but he does lead the team coming into play today with 28 2/3 innings. So when he's been in there, he's gone away. He's gone the distance. But he does lose Watcher. The 3-1 pitch is high. And Aiken has a runner aboard with 1 out. Shortstop, Chandler Rogers. In there for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch floats across the plate just above the waist for strike 2. Britt out in front, 0-2, a little wiggle room here. Comes at him though, ground ball. It's going to go foul. And Britt will have to throw him another one. Now over 100 pitches. And Britt coming in with 102. This one in the dirt, blocked down by Long. 1-2. Rogers doesn't bite. 0 for 2 in the ball game is Rogers. So Britt is trying to go the distance. But he's let his defense do the work behind him. 3 strikeouts in the ball game, only 2 walks. This is a line drive to left field. Cole Clark coming in. Underhand grab. Knee high for the second out of the inning. Two outs now for USC Aiken. Hurricanes 1 out away from Peach Belt Conference win number 1. Batter that's going to try to keep things going. At the plate, left fielder Andre Brown. Brown getting his first at bat of the ball game. Came in as a pinch runner. Oh, pinch hitter. It's not Brown at the plate. See if we can get a number. It is a pinch hitter. We'll see. We just get the signal from home plate. We'll try to get you the number of who the batter is. I'm sure the Aiken folks already know. No balls and a strike in the dirt. Runner will stay put. 30-something. What's that? Up 20. This would be Blake Bottomley, a junior from Parkland, Florida. 1-1 count. Just misses. Home crowd really wanted that call, but he did not get it. Perhaps a little off the plate, or maybe it dipped low as it was breaking away from Bottomley. 2 balls and a strike. Ooh, now that one high in the zone. Fastball just perhaps letter high or just below the letters for a strike to even the count up at 2-2. One more strike. Pacers down to their final strike and their final out in this one if they're going to make a comeback. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Wild pitch. That'll allow Watcher to go to second. And the count's full now to Bottomley. We'll have our post-game show on our YouTube station right here on the Surge Sports Network. It'll be on tape delay, so you'll come on back later this evening as we'll put it all together. High, ball 4. Bottomley gets the pinch hit walk. And Britt's up to the 107 mark on the pitch count. And he's back to facing the top of the order now. Center fielder, Jose Bonilla. Bonilla 1 for 4. Led off the game with a single and has been hit the ball hard, but out since then. He did strike out once. 1 for 4. In there for a strike. That's a ground ball to the left side. Underhand flip to the shortstop covering the bag, and the Hurricanes win the opener here this evening. Your final score, Georgia Southwestern 5, USC Aiken 1. And that'll do it for this one. That's your final score, game number 1. The Hurricanes victorious 5-1, your final. For USC Aiken, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error in the ball game. Georgia Southwestern, 5 runs, 6 hits, did not commit an error. Your winning pitcher is Kyle Britt. He'll improve to 2-0 this season. Taking the loss for USC Aiken will be Refuse. Refuse. 3-2. His record falls to 3-2. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 2 of our weekend Peach Belt Conference Series is set for tomorrow afternoon. Still locked into our 2 o'clock time, but you can, if anything changes in the weather or changes in the plans due to the weather, we'll be sure to let you know via social media or on our website, gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. For all your updates, social media, you can find us at GSW Hurricanes on Facebook and Instagram, GSW Hurricanes. Your source for Facebook and Instagram, it's GSW Athletics on Twitter and YouTube. That's also our broadcasting channel and the home for the Surge Sports Network. You can find us on YouTube. Watch the replay of today's opener on our website, on our YouTube channel. That's GSW Athletics. Yeah. So that'll do it for this one, folks. You've heard the wrap-up right there. The Hurricanes with the win, their first Peach Belt Conference win of the season with that W. Georgia Southwestern improves to 4-16 overall, 1-12 in the Peach Belt Conference. USC Aiken drops to 15-8, 6-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. And these two teams will play Game 2 tomorrow. The plan is to do it at 2 o'clock. If things change because of the weather, we'll be sure to let you know. Follow us on our website. You can see us on our website at gswcanes.com, as I mentioned. Twitter is probably the easiest, GSW Athletics. But we are on Facebook and Instagram as well, GSW Hurricanes. So a good start to the series for the Hurricanes. I would imagine our post-game interview will somehow, way, shape, or form involve Kyle Britt, the starting pitcher that went the distance today. So we'll see how things hold up. There's some good pitching in the conference, but maybe, just maybe, you may have just watched a performance from the Peach Belt Conference Pitcher of the Week. We'll see what will happen with Kyle. We'll see what happens in the rest of the action this weekend. But a great start and a great effort by Kyle Britt, getting the win, and will only lower his 1.88 ERA here today. So will be the post-game show again. Will be tape delay. We'll broadcast it, go edit it back in the office, and get it up here shortly for you, probably in the early evening, although we are at 7:30 now. Quick game here to open things up at Hurricane Stadium. We sure do appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow live to bring you all the action just a few minutes before first pitch, 2 o'clock the start time. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a great rest of the weekend. Hurricanes win the opener. Your final score, 5-1.